What up, y'all? I'm just giving you guys a rant. I didn't invite anybody to the space. This is just some things that I'm gathering, and I prefer you guys just listen to my ideas that are coming through in the ether. I'm not giving financial advice. This is just my opinion. But yeah, so check this out, guys. Recently, I don't know if you guys understand that Evernode and Zahal, I believe, is the future of everything. Programmability. So, if you guys haven't heard, but lately there's been a lot of debate with what is Ripple going to use for their smart contracts and everything for interoperability. There's a debate between, a lot of they're going to use this project or they're going to use this. So, recently, one of the Ripple's employees, the space was not recorded, gave a description about what basically Ripple is deciding. They're basically checking and testing different smart contract capabilities, and including Evernode mixed with Zahal hooks and virtual machines and other things. So, what's what does that mean? So, I believe that Zahal and Evernode are being tested right now, meaning they're showing the capabilities that Evernote and Zahal has, especially with the whole commerce thing. The hooks, the possibilities are endless. The possibility are endless. Now, I was just one of my buddies, Nichols. He sent me some things in the Evernote community chat, and these things just literally clicked. It was videos from 2015, 13 and 20, everything, and it's literally telling you of what Stefan Bonner and whatever all those guys have been working on, and it's literally Evernote. It's Evernote and everything that's happening right now. Now, many people are saying, "Well, Flare." Again, you know, I don't hold Flare. I'm just gonna be honest. I did have it, but I sold it for Evernote. Why? Because the supply is ridiculously big. Plus, think about this. Does this make sense? In order to have smart contracts, you have to lock up currency. Like what? Like you're depending on other people locking up their coins. Like that's insane. You're dependent. How can corporations exist like this within Evernote with the whole hosting of nodes? That's so much bigger and so much better. Just think about this. All right, think about it. How do you connect the whole world? How will regulators in the future, how can they regulate other blockchains? How? They can't just tell them, okay, knock on, send them an email, say, hey, we're going to regulate your block. We're going to make sure that you're doing something right, auditing. Again, I'm going to give you just a little background. I am an auditor from my previous experiences. So I'm just giving you what I'm a corporate compliance officer from my old job, and I have other experiences in other fields. But again, I'm just saying that a lot of audits and a lot of let's say investigations, they don't want to notify people they're investigating something, or let's say they're checking the code or whatever they're doing. They need to be connected within every single blockchain. How can you do that? How can you bring that interoperability through Flare? No. Some people say it's Corium. How can it be Corium? They only have a couple 64 validators. Codius has always been nodes, 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 nodes. And what is nodes? What is nodes on demand? You could have your own blockchain on an Evernode. 64 nodes, bam. That's the most thing. That's the most impressive things. There's blockchains that are being built right now on top of Evernode. And then what's happening right now is all these things that are happening within the Evernode and Zahao ecosystem. This is all being monitored by Ripple. These are perfect examples of showing how this network is being stress tested. It's literally being stress tested because Evernote does all these transactions on Zahao, proving that Zahao has been proven to be a very reliable network. On top of that, think about it. The addresses are exactly the same exact addresses for XRPL and Zahao. So the connection is insane. The connection is, I'm connecting the dots like this. Now then, think about this. I'll share the video. In 2015, when they were talking about Codius. So I believe, I'm going to go a little bit of conspiracy theory. I believe these original, the pioneering coins, let's say Bitcoin and Ethereum, they were all used to get the public to pretty much learn about smart contracts and store value. So Bitcoin was beta test coin, if you guys know. It was to show that cryptocurrency could reach these milestones and these prices, but Bitcoin has lots of issues. With Ethereum, you could show the programmability of digital currency. Now, the combination of both of these is within Evernote. The store of value is insane. Like people just don't comprehend exactly what Evernote is. You can literally, with one token, you can literally run tons of stuff. One token will give you lots of hours within Evernote. Lots of hours. The thing is, the problem is not a lot of people understand this information. And what's going to happen, I believe, very soon, that either Ripple is going to come out with this information that they chose hooks and they chose the how ecosystem mixed with Evernote. I think an article, and then the price is going to just shoot up through the roof. Okay. I also believe that very soon, in the near future, let's say December 30th, when MiCA comes rolling around, certain blockchains will be compliant. And don't forget that Zahao is partnered with Coop Bank. Okay, it's not just one little tiny bank. They've got hundreds and thousands of different locations, millions of customers worldwide. So they're already partnered. And the way that this financial system works is that if one bank goes to one blockchain, another bank comes in. So a bank is already ready to come in. Now remember, banks can't come in until January, and then banks can hold a certain amount of let's say, cryptocurrency on their balance sheet because they can't like just buy, their entire balance sheet in cryptocurrency. It's going to go step by step as per Basel. So these blockchains have, I think, until July of 2026 to make sure they are compliant with everything. Otherwise, it's endgame for everybody. So July of 2026 is when everything is going to go pretty much into MiCA. I believe MiCA is going to be uh, global regulations. It's funny. The same time as Doge, the Elon's thing, the Department of Government Efficiency ends the same time as when MiCA is literally endgame, and it's literally basically every single blockchain has to be compliant by that day, or they're going to get fined and they're going to get other things that are going to happen to them. So MiCA pretty much starts in EU. I believe what's going to happen is Bitcoin is going to completely crash. Okay, why is it going to crash? Not completely, but USDT is being delisted. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, we can get Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the top of the news and everybody's jumping in it. What's going to happen when everybody's in Bitcoin and it completely crashes? Everybody's going to scream, regulations, regulations. That's when regulators are going to come out. Problem solution. Another thing, El Salvador is literally they went back on Bitcoin. They don't want Bitcoin to be their currency of their country. El Salvador is taking their steps back. So you guys have an opportunity to see what's around the corner. No one's going to tell you that here's the thing: if Zahao and Evernote was not chosen to do smart contracts or for the XRPL, why would they have another space telling that we're thinking about maybe doing it full time? They're basically they're saying what the quiet part out loud. They're literally testing Zahao and Evernote. They're showing all these things that are happening from vouchers that are coming out from Visa and Zaman. You're seeing the capabilities. Now, don't forget the important meeting that Zahao, Zaman, and I believe Evernote had with Ripple. That famous meeting where, well, some developers from XRPL as well, where everybody posted the pictures and there's people that were remotely talking to David. I believe Evernote is Codius, but way better than Codius. If you check out all the technology and these people, they're saying that all these other blockchains are Codius. That's impossible. I believe. Now I'm going to share Evernote's white paper from back in the day, and then share the other white paper as well. And I'm going to put it within the comments so you guys can take a look. Evernote was supposed to come out in 2021, 2022, and it was stopped every single time because they were waiting for hooks. I believe that the time is coming very, very fast. Okay, time that, uh, well, Yeah, again, there's going to be crashes. There's going to be other things happening in our world that we're going to be like, oh my God, problem solution. The solution is this technology. This technology is coming fast. All right. And I believe that we have an opportunity to uh, just think if you can attain. I was one of the reason why I keep talking about this is because I was the one of those that was holding Bitcoin in 20, I think 11, 12. I don't remember what year I was holding it, but then I sold it at $13. I had like 500 coins, and I was so excited about making like a couple $1,000. I was so excited. I was like, oh yeah, I sold it for $13. But if I would have held a little longer, I'd be a multimillionaire right now. And I didn't understand the technology. Now I understand the technology. I see the games that they're playing right now. They're not telling you who they're choosing. They're not telling you what to buy or what's happening. But all the other everything is connecting the dots. It's just connecting the dots. Who is Ripple talking to? Who, like, think about this. The top developer on Zahao and on Evernode and on XRPL is Richard, one of the top ones. I won't say the top one, but he's one of the top ones. Richard Holland. Think about the connections right there. He knows what XRPL is missing. He knows what it's missing, and he created the how and Evernote. So everything is interconnected. It's the same address. How simple can't this be? Like, and Ripple wants to be, and XRPL wants to be a multi-chain, uh, platform where it's everything's interconnected. And all these people like FOMO and all these developers that are working behind the scenes are proving what this technology can do. So how an Evernote is the top tier technology. The hooks will be very, very, very powerful, mixed with Evernote and the nodes. That's going to be extremely powerful. Now, I can't give out information, but I know there's a lot of other developers from other chains that are trying out Evernote and building with Evernote, because Evernote is just not for XRPL. Just so you guys understand, it's for almost every single coding language. It's literally, let's say a corporation or an enterprise. This Evernote has proven that what it can do for corporation enterprises right now. We're literally in a test network phase where basically they're seeing what's happening. And basically, you can have your own anything you want within Evernote. It's the programmability are insane. When people tell me about other blockchains, well, and they don't understand the technology. That's the main issue. They don't understand the technology, and a lot of these developers, they might not be able to explain things the way other people can. So I'm just trying to get this out there into the ether, and let you guys know what's coming. I believe Evernode with a mix of the how will be used by XRPL the entire world. Now let me tell you one more thing. Ready? Tell me a blockchain or a provider that could sanction countries or has sanctioned countries. Who has ever done that? Has Flare done that? No, they've never done that. Evernote sanctions North Korea, Russia, Iran, and those countries that are, let's say, they don't agree. I believe Evernote is maybe UN or what, something like that, something bigger than just this. Now, if you look at old, I'm going to share all this, old videos from back in the day, and they talk about two different entities, Evernote and Ripple. So, I mean, it was Codius and Ripple back then. So they need that regulator, that trustless provider that can have certain regulations on there, and through Evernote regulators can regulate every blockchain. All they have to do, the other blockchain, all they have to do is put in a node from their nodes, and it'll be interconnected within Evernote. It's that simple. I mean, I'm not a tech guy, but it's FOMO has been proving this all the time. And there's a lot of developers behind the scenes that are building incredible, incredible things on Evernote and Zahal. So listen, these opportunities literally come once in a lifetime. I believe strongly that a lot of these providers slash tokens will be institutional grade and will only be allowed to be used by developers and eventually by only corporation enterprises, because uh, yeah, I think the door's going to be locked for us. Well, non-developers and you know, the people that are running the things. Right now, this opportunity will never come again, because once regulations come, there's certain let's say, uh, places that you're not going to be able to enter. Like for example, I don't think you're going to be allowed to provide liquidity without going through a third party, unless you're in the AMM beforehand and you're grandfathered in. I believe the door's going to be shut. The door's going to be shut. They're not going to let everybody get rich so fast. And let's say you want to provide liquidity, you'll have to go through an institution or some kind of third party, whatever. But going back to what my whole topic was, if you guys look at the previous videos about David, about Stefan, they all talk about Codius and programmability and the entire thing of making the entire system work perfectly. The issue was the entire thing was, the issue was fixed with the how and creation of Evers, of actually having a token that can represent the entire interledger, or let's say, I'm not even going to call it interledger, but let's say an entire protocol of sorry, I was getting a phone call. Sorry, my kids are here, but anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. But uh okay, so the entire finternet is missing that one little piece that will connect the dots, that will connect the entire internet, everything. The financial internet needs connection. It needs and Evernote is just not for XRPL. It's for every single blockchain. That's the thing. People don't understand. It's the glue that will connect everything. You literally, if you know infrastructure, the main things that is very important for other blockchains is having nodes. Okay, running nodes, validators. That's the most important thing, one of the most important things, because everything, all the computing power, everything runs through there. Okay, even financial transactions, smart contracts, nodes. What is Evernote? Evernote is nodes on demand. So let's say you need nodes. Boom, you want a universe which is 64 nodes, which creates its own blockchain. Bam, on demand. Now another thing, there's not one point of failure, meaning like if one node goes down, there's other nodes that can pick up the slack. It's just an incredible opportunity. It's an incredible chance to actually, get into Golden Goose. Now, a lot of I believe a lot of these top tier influencers all know about this. They all know about it. I've been talking to them behind the scenes. They're all packing their bags. They're all packing their bags. Okay, you guys just don't know about it. I've talked to them. They're like, "Oh yeah, I hold Evernote." Yeah, I'm like, "Why don't you talk about it?" Because Evernote doesn't pay money to talk about it. That's why. Other block, you think your influencers are oh so kind? They get paid by different blockchains to talk about them. Let's give me an example. Flare, okay, Flare pays people. Corium pays people. Sorry, I'm just being honest. They pay you to promote their blockchain. Evernote does not. It is like basically kind of like Bitcoin, which is it's created and it's authentic and it's a grassroots. It's a grassroots. It's literally just, and it's the most realist thing. It's not fake volume. There's tons of fake volume on, not volume, but there's lots of scams going on with between all these other tokens. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This fake volume, they get bots and they trade between each other to show tons of volume. Oh, our blockchain has all these users and blah blah blah. And look at the volume. That's all bullshit. XRPL could be XRPL could be very manipulated, you could say. So I'm actually, if you've actually heard the CEO of Scott Chamberlain talk about Evernote, he says many times that I don't want to see any of this nonsense. Everything has to be by the books. He listen to this. Scott Chamberlain is a blockchain attorney. He teaches blockchain law. Like what? How do you not see this? And then UBRI, University Blockchain Research Initiative, which is funded by Ripple, which is 50 plus universities all over the world. You guys don't understand how big this is. All over the world are researching new ways to make blockchain better and new technologies. And now, let me tell you the most bullish thing that I'm excited about. Scott Chamberlain, the CEO of Evernode, got re signed for 2 more years, 2 extra years. And I don't want to go into his business, how much he gets paid or anything, but think about this. This is a blockchain attorney. This is not just some developer that's just, got it re-signed. You have to pay attorney fees for 2 years to study whatever he's studying. This is so bullish for Evernote and the whole ecosystem. I think this is incredible. And then you have a wizard like Richard. It's just the combination is top tier. Now, I'm going to tell you last thing before I jump off. There's an enterprise pay website for Evernote, which is basically that website is given to enterprises as sales. Okay, I've been in sales my whole life, and I'm telling you, this page is so not even page. This website is so bullish. They talk about basically what Evernote offers enterprises. So before enterprises jump into Evernote and Zahao and put billions and trillions of dollars on the XRPL, meaning the combination of all three, everything has to be tested. Everything has to be stress tested. So that's what's happening right now. You're literally witnessing tests before your very own eyes. Everything's been tested. Think about it. I'm not going to put tons of money if on the blockchain or whatever if it's not being tested. So while you guys believe, oh, we're in a bear market, this whole time everything's being tested. All right. I don't know if you guys know about. I don't want to talk about Enbridge, but Enbridge was being studied for so almost a year, or they're planning 18 months of. They were just researching, testing, testing, testing. That's what's happening right now. You just guys can't see it. Tons of testings going on, and I believe the clear winner is Evernote. Now, here's another thing: is there going to be demand for Evernote? All right, that's my another question. All right, is there going to be demand for Evernote? Now, think about this. Ready? if you want to, if you're an enterprise, excuse me, and you're on XRP Ledger, all right, and you're building stuff, so you're going to need, tools. You're going to need tools. You're going to need an Oracle connect to whatever, whatever. Who brings you those tools? Evernote. Evernote brings you those tools right there. So you're going to need to acquire some Evernote in order to use those tools like computing power, whatever you need, whatever your project needs. So enterprises in the future that need to build whatever the hell they want to build will need to use Evernote. I believe that governments, enterprises are going to utilize Zahal, XRPL, and Evernote. And then it's going to build out through there. It's going to be a multi-chain ecosystem. In order to have a financial system, everybody must talk to everybody. It can't be like, oh, we're talking through bridge, this, that. Like, it has to be more interoperable than this. It can't be like, like we're wrapping this, ripping that. It has to be better. Don't get me wrong. I don't think wrapping is bad. And I know some of the technologies still use wrapping, but there's tons of other things that could be uh, brilliant people like FOMO, like all these other people like Visa and Average John, all these people that are building on, on this ecosystem are going to find better ways, better solutions. And that's why I believe in this technology. And I believe that your Evernote tokens are beyond more precious. Let's just think about this. You can use 500 tokens to create a passive income for the rest of your life. As long as but now I know it's a little, you have to be more tax savvy, but I know there's some people working on some tutorials that's going to help bridge that gap. Now, again, I'm not giving you financial advice to invest in this or any of that, but this is very, very important that you guys know that there's opportunities to make passive income. And the ecosystem's growing. There's lots of things being built on Evernote. I can't even tell you the possibilities that Evernote brings. But all I know is that one token can get you even let's say this, there's a financial collapse, right? And everything goes to zero, everything, but your Evernote token can still give you computing power. So that one token is backed by computing power. Do you understand how valuable that is? This is going to be the market's going to give this value. Okay, what is the most rarest commodity on this world? There's tons of gold, right? I mean, whatever you want to say, tons. Silver. What is so hard to get? Computing power. Now, with the most recent thing with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin miners are going to say, "Oh, we're using too much electricity," all these rigs are going to have to go somewhere. Rigs meaning the computers. So why not bring it to Evernote where you can use your computing power to make Evers? You're not killing. You're not spending that much electricity. You're not killing the electric grid, and you're literally earning passive income. I believe that's coming, and I believe that we are in a very early stage. I believe 2026 is going to be a huge year because of, let's say, Basel. If you guys don't know what Basel is, that's regulations for banking, which is interconnected with MiCA, and all these. Well, MiCA is the crypto regulations that's coming in EU, and I think everything is interconnected. And I believe every blockchain will work with each other. Algorand will work with the XRPL, Zahao, Evernote, and that glue that connects everything is Evernote. And Evernote just recently came out. Now, you guys think that Evernote came out, well, a year ago, blah, blah, blah. No, Evernote was relaunched because it was being tested, and lots of things were being tested for over a year. Right before December, November 30th, it was really relaunched again recently. So the price went up like uh, it went from 7, 8 cents to like 30 some cents in like a minute. so so wait until banks are allowed to get in. This is why people want you to focus on other things, because the banks are the ones that want to get in. Enterprises want to get in, but they're not allowed to get in yet. So there's tons of fun. Wait until you start seeing articles about Evernote and Zahao. You're gonna be like, holy shit! Whoa, I could have bought it for this much and this. Listen, again, not financial advice, but I, I love Evernote, I love Zahao, I love XRPL, and I believe that is the forefront of technology. If you guys listen, if you guys think it's something else, more power to you. That's the whole amazing thing, is that we can all select different things, and whatever we choose is our future. So let's say I choose. Some shit coin project. Let's say Hex. Sorry, I'm just talking about Hex because and you're dependent on this one person, but you're depending on that person. You see what happened with Hex? The CEO got arrested and all this shit. Look now, nobody's gonna want to deal with him. Like, it's nonstop criminal stuff, criminal stuff. You have an honorary person like Scott Chamberlain, who is a professor. He's an attorney, accomplished attorney. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't be talking about titles and all that, but I'm talking about corporate and how corporate looks at things, because I came from corporate. I'm very awake and I'm very anti-government, let's say, but I am for government, but the proper government. So, but think about it, corporations, they're not going to want to join some convicted felon nonsense. They want a clean, perfect project slash provided. That is Evernote. Evernote is that clean project. With Zahao, it's unstoppable. And if you think Zahao and Evernote is not the chosen ones, why do they have the same address as XRPL? Why? Oh, it's a fork. Oh, blah blah blah. No, Richard, who is one of the developers on Zahao and one of the owners, CEOs of Evernote, is literally seeing what the issues are, and he works for XRPL as well. I forgot to tell you, but I probably did say, but he's seeing the issues that XRPL has, and here's another thing. You guys missed a great space. FOMO had a space the other day. And I wish he would have recorded it, because Scott gave some freaking truth bombs. Truth bombs. There were some people on there making it super boring, so people jumped out of the space. But before Scott jumped in, he was just killing it. He was like saying, "This is happening. This is happening." You guys have to see what's actually occurring behind the scenes. The Vitz is literally giddy like a little boy, like, oh yeah. He's All these possibilities are coming out, because just think about it. Before, maybe a couple months ago or 6 months ago, Ripple said, no, we're not messing with hooks. Now they're doing more spaces and saying they're testing hooks, and they're talking about it. Like, come on, it's clear as day what's about to happen. It's you guys thinking that, oh, what else can it be? That's my question. What else can it be? What other technology that's proven, that's working now? Don't tell me a technology that's not out there and it's not working. Evernote and Zahao is literally working, showing you, proving to you the capabilities of hooks and Evernote. Hooks are literally it will help banks big time. No, but here's another thing. Ready? The thing is that hooks are going to be used by banks, because Coop Bank is coming in January, from what I understand. It could be a little later, but hooks are coming to Coop Bank. All right. And here's another thing. People are like, oh, well, BRICS Nation and blah, blah, blah. Oh, ready? Who's in BRICS Nation? Oh, Brazil, Russia, India, Russia, right? I believe there's Africa in it too, right? I believe it's Africa. Where's Coop Bank from? Ethiopia? Oh, connecting the dots much a little bit. I like what's Richard and Scott has said, is that a lot of the masses will not know they're using blockchain technology. It'll be behind the scenes. So let's say somebody does a transaction, they'll know they're using their Apple Pay, or let's say their credit card, but behind the scenes, the infrastructure, the piping, how everything works will happen through this technology. Now, don't forget, I believe this technology is coming when it's T plus zero. What is T plus zero? All right, I'm going to give you a quick lesson real quick. So the banks back in the day, when you go cash a check, it used to take 3 days. So that was T plus one, time plus 3. Okay, so 3 days to process this settlement. Okay, to finish the settlement. Then I went to T plus 2, which was 2 days. Now it's on T plus 1. So if you deposit a check, it will settle within one day. All right, so that's T plus one. When we go to T plus zero, which is instant settlement, that's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna be celebrating. When we go to instant settlement, when I believe it's coming in 2026, they need this. You have to look at what blockchains are doing. It's not what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're building out. And I don't believe XRPL is ready yet for to handle trillions and trillions of dollars, and neither is the entire financial system. So I don't believe that these prices are going to go as fast until they have that missing piece. And that missing piece is the how and Evernode. Thank you guys. Ta ta.